sponsored by Councilor Kateri Walsh, and this is concerning a Veterans Golf Tournament. So, Councilor Walsh, you have the floor.
Thank you, Council President Fenton. Can you hear me?
I can.
Thank you. Well, I got to tell you, it's such a privilege for me tonight to be sponsoring something recognizing our city's veterans, and I'm doing this on behalf of Mike Barecki. Mike, if you would stand up and come to the podium. Mike is putting this together to recognize some of our city veterans, but he is a veteran himself. Can you share with us your veterans service?
I served
Mike, if you could please just pull the mic up and try and talk right into it. Thank you.
I served in the United States Seabees. I served during the Iran hostages in Diego Garcia in the Philippines in 1978 to 1980.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for your service, and I think that's why that has compelled you to recognize the veterans in our city. This is near and dear to my heart because this was started last year. It was started in memory of my husband, Captain Daniel M. Walsh, USMC, recipient of the Purple Heart and Bronze Star, and this tradition is continuing in his memory, so I hope it will always be a success. Whereas the Springfield City Council is always pleased to recognize a very important event which helps benefits our city veterans, and whereas the second annual All Veterans Golf Tournament will be held on May 31st at Franconia Golf Course with an 8:45 a.m. ceremony on the first tee. And whereas last year, the inaugural All Veterans Golf Tournament was held in honor of Daniel M. Walsh III, USMC retired, inspiring the Daniel Walsh Honor Roll, which this year will honor 2 World War II veterans, Felix Jacko Santinello, father of Counselor Santinello, and Korean War veteran Frank Dowd Sr. Whereas proceeds from the golf tournament will support Springfield-based veterans agencies. Now, therefore, be proclaimed that the City Council of Springfield hereby recognizes, honors, and commends Mike Barecki and Vinnie Santinello, co-sponsors of the All Veterans Golf Tournament, and the many others involved in the planning of this event that draws the community together for a very deserving cause and honors those who bravely served our country with honor and dignity and wishes them much success. A proclamation in your honor, sponsored by myself, Councilor Santinello, and all councilors. Good luck.
Thank you. Yes, I'd just like to make a few comments why I did this in the beginning, starting last year with the Dan Walsh golf tournament. I served during a tough time, as most veterans do when they're overseas, and I personally took it personally that I didn't think we were doing enough for veterans. From this golf tournament on, we're donating to Springfield-only veterans agencies or hospitals or what have you. We made a donation already to the post-420 Legion baseball team, which is the famed team that also was from post-21, the 1934 team from Springfield. We did that already because their season will start soon. We are having a picnic at the VFW approximately 2 weeks after the golf tournament, and we will be sponsoring that too, amongst other things. I only have one rule. The money stays in Springfield for our Springfield vets. And I welcome any ideas, any thoughts towards anything moving forward, because we're not going to stop. I'm going to let the City Council know tonight that Elena Lasher, who wrote a book for the Springfield Public Schools on bullying, is going to be doing a book about Springfield veterans and Springfield's history with the military. I just not going to stop. okay? And I have a lot of people that feel the same way. I believe in my whole heart and soul that, and I'm not mad at anybody, that some of the younger people just don't know what our forefathers, brothers, sisters, everybody went through. And you can just say names: Vietnam, Korea, World War II. It's something that is part of our history, and believe it or not, Springfield has a major part in that history with the armories and all the other stuff that went on here through the years. So from the bottom of my heart, my family's heart, Vinny's heart, family, I thank you, and I can't praise enough how much Springfield has stepped up to help me on this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Walsh and Councilor Santinello, as well as Mr. Barecki. Our second proclamation this evening is to honor the historic season that was held by the girls basketball team at the Renaissance School, Western Mass champions, undefeated. We'd love you, before we do that, Councilor Walsh would like to take a quick picture with Mr. Barecki. If you would like to come up right over here to the dais, we'd be happy to join you for a photo. And then we're going to get to the girls team that we're excited about. Okay, so now our next proclamation is to honor the historic season of the Renaissance girls basketball team. Would love to invite the team and your coach to come up to the podium. And is Councilor Walsh, no, Councilor LeVar Click Bruce is going to present the proclamation. Councilor Click Bruce.
All right, thank you, Chair. We have Coach Baker and maybe some of his assistants or players come up to the podium, please.
If the players and your coach could please come right up to the podium. Bring the trophy with you, too.
Well, on behalf of the Springfield City Council, we want to recognize this great team in our city. I've known the coaches on this staff for a very long time, coaching local basketball. It's great to see these young men really transition to high school basketball. And they had I've been following them throughout the year, and they had a really great season. Let's clap it up for these ladies. Not only is clap it up for the ladies, but it takes the parents driving them to and from practice, getting them to this point in high school. So let's clap it up for the parents. So Springfield Renaissance made some history this year, and I'm going to read the proclamation. City of Springfield City Council, in recognition of the Renaissance Schools girls basketball team for their contributions to this year's success on an undefeated season. I'm gonna say that again, undefeated. Not only were they undefeated, they also won their league, the Franklin West League champions. Not only did they win their league, they was actually Western Mass Class C champions. And then finally, they lost in the Final Four tournament, which is the state tournament. But through your perseverance and through all your trials and tribulations, you young ladies stayed the course. And I know it's hard to stay undefeated. Trust me, it's definitely difficult. And the coaches really kept you on task. And And I truly believe you kept yourself in check because it takes discipline. And kudos to you, and I'm looking forward to you all winning the state, the Western Mass again, coming back to back, and also winning the state championship so we can salute you further moving forward. I got my eyes on you, so please continue the great work, not only on the basketball court, but also in the classroom, because that's more important. Basketball can take you so far, but your education, no one can take that away from you. So continue to be great, and I always say when I bring the ladies in here, the girls rock and the girls rule. Who run the world? Girls. I learned that from my mama. My mama told me that the girls run the world, trust me. And I have a wife who actually runs 13 Andy's Way as well. All right, God bless you all.
Coach, we'd invite you to say a few words and introduce your team to us if you'd like.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll start by introducing our players that made it here today. A few of them couldn't make it here, but I'll start with this little one on the left. This is Maya O'Connor Saunders, 7th grade. Clap it up for her. It was her first year playing varsity basketball, and she did a pretty good job. She was one of our starting 5 individual defensive beasts. Thank you. But yeah, so Maya O'Connor Saunders. To my right, we have Savannah Walters, also 7th grade. As you probably know, we got a pretty young team. I believe we have a total of 4 7th graders that played varsity basketball this year, taking us to the Final Four. So this is Savannah Walters. Clap it up for her. One of our, we've been the coach of Renaissance for 3 years now. This is one of the individuals who's been there since we've started. Also one of our starting 5, 9th grader, Kaylee Buzzle. And the team's energy comes from this individual. She's a bundle of joy. She's always excited. Her first year ever playing basketball. And she definitely stepped up for an individual stepping on the court for the first time. Can we give it up for Samantha Amidas? I always get the Amadas. I always get her last name wrong. But she's one of our freshmen as well. Then we have another 2-year returner, 9th grader. She's definitely also a bundle of joy. If we give it up for Justice Parks. And then we have one of our, another 9th grader, also a pleasure to have coached this season, 9th grader, Janai Wallace. And then we have, you probably won't believe it, she's a 7th grader, but this is Zion Wallace, 7th grader, top 5 scorer in Western Mass for girls basketball. So just give her another round of applause. She had an excellent season. Then right behind me, we have Synasia Baker, 9th grade. One of my twin daughters, had the pleasure of coaching her as well. So give her a round of applause. And then we have the second half of my twins, Sinai Baker, 9th grader. Give her a round of applause. And then we could give a round of applause for the girls who couldn't make it. Jada Marrero, Aaliyah Robinson, Camilla Alvarado, and that's it. So clap it up for those girls.
Well, thank you very much, Coach and girls. Congratulations. Counselor Click Bruce.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I also want to recognize the principal from Renaissance School. He took time out of his day to come down. That shows the school support as well. So we want to recognize the principal. Thank you for coming down. We appreciate you. And I also want to recognize Dwayne Early. He did text me, said he couldn't make it because his son, he had a commitment with his son but Dwayne Early representing the Springfield Public Schools as well.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Councilor Walsh.
Well, I just
hang
want-
on, we're not done with you yet.
I just
Counselor
want to
Walsh.
add my congratulations to this wonderful girls' team, especially in the home of basketball. But you girls are playing at a time when women's basketball is the #1 sport, and I'm sure you're proud of the fact that more people watched women's college basketball than men's. So keep up your good work, and we're going to come and watch you win the championship.
That's right. Councilor Delgado.
I just want to also echo my colleagues. Congratulations, ladies. Huge accomplishment. And the fact that a lot of you are coming back year after year for several years. So we're looking forward to your continuing to increase the level of play here. And I see some of you guys are shy, but I'm sure you're not shy like that on the court. I'm sure you got that lockdown defense. So, but just really proud of you guys. Congratulations.
Councilor Govan.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I just want to echo the congratulations with the rest of the council. You guys have achieved something marvelous this year, and it coincides, like Councilor Walsh said, with the women's college basketball. So I encourage you to keep going, keep doing what you're doing. I see all of you here at the City Council one day being counselors and leading this city, because that's what we need. So I encourage you all to keep going and just do amazing work. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilor Allen.
Thanks, Mr. President. Tim Allen here, just thanking you for representing Springfield as well as you have, and congratulations on all your successes, and keep it up. It's terrific to see you all here tonight and sharing your success with us. Thank you.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, good. Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies, congratulations on this great achievement. Thank you for representing Springfield well. And I encourage you that as you continue in this path, those skills that you're learning, those are life skills. And Councilor Govan and Councilor Walsh mentioned a little while ago, you ladies are the future. You ladies are Springfield. Whatever you do, represent the city well, represent yourself well, represent your family well. So on behalf of the entire city councilor, I thank you for the great achievement, and you girls just rock. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Okay, so coach and team, if you want to come forward up to the podium here, we'd love to take a picture with you. I want to recognize we're also joined by State Representative Bud Williams and School Committee Woman Barbara Gresham. If you'd like to join us for the photo, you're welcome to come up and celebrate the girls' championship.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so City of Home, City of Champions. We have another team to celebrate here tonight. Councilor Click Bruce is intimately familiar with this group, and this is to celebrate the Duggan boys basketball team. So if you guys wouldn't mind coming forward to the podium, please. So I'd ask the members of the team to join us up here at the podium. Thank you, and your staff and coach. We're all watching you very closely and rooting on for our colleague and your teammates there. So is it going to be Councilor Delgado that will present the proclamation?
I'm going to introduce it, and then Councilor Ellen will read the coaches, and Councilor Delgado will read the players.
Okay, so we're going to let Councilor Walsh introduce it.
Well, I have to say this is Basketball City tonight. It's great to be here recognizing these teams, and especially recognizing our colleague, Coach LeVar Click Bruce, and the Duggan Jayhawks boys team for your groundbreaking season as Tri-County champions and Western Mass finalists. Go Jayhawks! I especially want to recognize our colleague, Councilor Click Bruce, for his many years of coaching and mentoring 100 student athletes in the city of Springfield. Thank you, LeVar. We salute your service and congratulate the 2023-2024 Duggan Jayhawks boys basketball team on your groundbreaking season. Continued good luck. Go Jayhawks.
Okay, so now we'll leave it to Councilor Delgado to introduce the proclamations.
All right. Congratulations, y'all. In recognition, the Springfield City Council is pleased to recognize and congratulate, and I'm going to do the whole thing first, and then I'm going to say all your names. The Duggan Jayhawks boys basketball team on their groundbreaking season as Tri-County champions and Western Mass finalists. The City Council is proud to honor each and every player for your perseverance and commitment to the game of basketball and representing the city of Springfield today, April 29, 2024. The first one I have is Nigel Dickerson. Give him a round of applause. All right, don't hit me if I butcher your name up. but I'm gonna say your last name, Mr. Cephas.
Not here.
Not here? All right. Okay. How do you say his first name?
Kyrie.
Kyrie? All right.
Kyrie.
Kyrie Cephas.
I call him Kyrie. Kyrie.
All right.
Case corrected.
Eli Dewberry.
Not here.
All right. Hayden Butler.
Not here.
Josiah Montanez. Daniel Click.
Yeah.
Jason Delude. Did I get that right? Caleb Murphy. No, not here. Alan Miranda. Kyle Combs. And Mr. Jalen Edwards.
So with that, Coach, Counselor, we'd invite you to say a few words.
No, we've got the
coaches.
Oh, we got more. Oh, okay,
Coaches.
Counselor Allen.
proclamation for the coaches.
All right, the first one is for head coach LeVar Click Bruce and the Duggan Jayhawks boys basketball team for their amazing season as Tri-County champions and a Western Mass finalist. And to our colleague, Counselor Click Bruce, for his many years of coaching and mentoring 100 student athletes in the city of Springfield. We salute your service and congratulations to you and the 2023-2024 Duggan Jayhawks boys basketball team on their groundbreaking season. April 29th. Next is for Coach Ernest Sanders. Next is for Coach Harrell Bell. Next is for Coach Rishon Buchanan. Next is for Coach Spanky Brown. Next is for Coach James Burston. And the last one I have here is for Coach Levi White.
Well, thank you all
These
so
are
much.
great getting them all together.
We'd invite Counselor Coach Click Bruce to say a few words and introduce his team.
So, James, they said actually that proclamation should have read Water Boy, by the way. So I want to thank, through the chair and also to my colleague, Catering Walsh, for actually looking to honor our team. It would have been selfish of me to look to honor my own team, right? But I think I count it not robbery that you thought enough to be following me and my team, and then asking how we did, and I truly thank you, Catering, for doing that for us. So let's clap it up for Counselor Walsh.
Well, thank you. My pleasure.
So this really is a groundbreaking season for us because we made history on so many levels with this team. And I'm so proud of them because we persevered through a lot. Not only did we win our league, but we also lost in the Western Mass Finals in a gut-wrenching game, which we should have won. I'm never going to live that game down, no matter how long I live. I don't care if I win 10 championships. This is the one that's always going to haunt me for the rest of my life, because this team really had the capabilities to do something special, more than what they already accomplished already. So again, Duggan, you guys really have put Duggan High School on the map. I'm proud of you. You persevered not only on the basketball court because we demanded a lot, but also more importantly in the classroom. We didn't have 100% that made it through that started, but we had we only lost 2 players, I believe, and that's what I'm more proud of. We're graduating 2 seniors, which is Daniel Click and also Caleb Murphy. So we should be geared up to make another run as well. So again, let's stay in the books. Not only stay in your books, but also make time to work out, because that's important. But again, if you don't have your academics, then nothing else really is going to matter at all. I'm a prime example of that because I didn't play all of my 4 years at the High School of Commerce. So I tell you guys that I keep it real with you all, and I let you know that I struggled in high school, and I don't want that for you all. So again, let's continue to stay on the road. I'm proud of each and every one of you. If I had $1,000, I would give it to you all as a volunteer, but not as a coach, because you guys work so hard in developing your skills. And I yell for a reason, because I see so much potential in you all. So again, I just want to call up my coaches, because without them, none of this will be at all possible. And also to my parents that supported us throughout the year. So Coach Ernest Sanders, who really is my backbone, and really demands a lot. And when I'm not there, he always steps up for me. So Ernest Sanders, I want to let you know I appreciate you. Harrell Bell, who we call him our enforcer. So he's always on point with us, and came over with me from Commerce as well. So Harrell Bell, I thank you for your steadfastness and being there for the kids, and that's what it's all about. So thank you for your service as well. We got James Burston, James Burston does a lot of our paperwork, and then he sometimes he gives me some headaches as well, but I love James to death, little brother to me, and he makes sure the kids turn in their uniforms and all that stuff, and keeps the book for us and makes sure everything's on point. So James Burston, I truly thank you as well. Then we have Spanky Brown, just came into the mix this year. And again, Spanky, thank you for your wisdom and intelligence, and always showing up for us as well. So thank you for your service to the kids as well. And then last but not least, we have a young man who I coached at Central when I first started coaching, and then he came back and decided that he wanted to be a coach in this city. And I'm so glad that he actually came and sought me out to help mentor him. And he's going to be a head coach in the city one day. And I'm proud that he's working under me Levi White, and I'm proud of you, man. Just keep on doing what you gotta do. So then to our kids, to our youth and our teens, man, and I want to end it with this. I'm not going to call you individually. I'm just going to wrap this all up in one. It's important that you get an education because the streets want you more. I tell you guys this, we have our talks. I bring different folks inside our gym because I always say it's bigger than basketball. And I impose and impede on you all to really take this serious because it's either two things if you don't want to go the right path. This is the left path that you can end up in dead or in jail. So I want to make sure that you guys are staying on the right path. You have a coach in me for life, not only during the season, but off season, 12 months, 365 days of the year. I'm here for you anytime that you need me. So again, I love you all, and I'm proud of you all. And this is going to go into our school for the records. This is we have our Western Mass Finals plaque that we have, but I also want to add this to our trophy case. So I'm proud of you all. Jason, if you can take care of this and bring it to the school for me tomorrow. And I just want to have one of our captains say a few words as well. Nigel, if you'll say a few words.
I'm gonna keep it short, spoken. I'm really proud of Duggan. I've been here since 8th grade in the basketball program. We accomplished a lot this year. I feel like we got even more to accomplish next year.
Thank you, Nigel. If you guys come forward, we'd love to take a picture with you. And I understand the principal of your school might be here too. We'd welcome Mr. Calvanese, if he's here, to come forward and take a picture. Okay, the City Council is going to take a 2-minute recess, and then we're going to start our hearings meeting. Okay. Good? Okay, good evening, everybody. If everybody could come to order, we're going to get our meeting started. This is a hearings meeting of the Springfield City Council. Today is Monday, April 29th. We are starting 10 minutes late because we had some wonderful proclamations to celebrate. If I could just ask for everybody's attention. Thank you very much. We're going to start the meeting. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Walsh.
Would everybody please just wind up your conversations? We just need to start our meeting, please.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you very much for your patience. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Walsh.
Hello,
Present.
I'm here.
Counselor Allen.
Present.
Present. Counselor Delgado.
Present.
Present. Counselor Click Bruce. Present. Counselor Govan.
Present.
Present. Counselor Brown.
Present.
Present. Counselor Davila.
Present.
Present. Counselor Curran.
Present.
Present. Counselor Santinello.
Present.
Present. Counselor Edwards.
Present.
Present. Counselor Whitfield.
Present.
Present. Counselor Perez.
Present.
Present. Counselor Fenton.
Present. Will the council and our guests please rise for a moment of silence? Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Madam Clerk, will you please call the first item?
The first item is Waltham Avenue. It's continued from the last hearings meeting.
Okay, is there anyone here to speak on this item? Mr. Velez?
Yes, 1956 Parker Street, Springfield.
Thank you.
That's a regulation for, it's a garage near the corner. They request no parking because they have 2 bay for inspection and they have trouble getting out from the bay because car park on the side of the street. There's a new building. There's a residential building now. And they request no park, no tow away from hours, like from 7 to 8 or business hours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Velez. Are there any? Councilor Brown.
The actual petitioners are present. I don't believe that they understand that they can now.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good evening.
Would you please introduce yourself and tell us about your petition?
I'm Orlando Alban, manager of Acme. My father, Orlando Alban Sr. The petition is we're trying to get some tollway zones by the bays on Waltham Ave.
Thank you. And Mr. Velez, the Department of Public Works and Board of Public Works have made a positive recommendation for this, is that right?
Yes, but if we put no parking or tow-away zone, they can park either the cars that are using for the inspection.
Okay. Councilor Brown.
This was something that was put into my committee. We spoke of the matter. This is the actual petitioners. They have been going through the necessary process in order to resolve an issue. Fortunately, when we put up the new apartment complex over there, we didn't take into consideration a mom and pop organization that has been a pillar in our community for over 20-something years. In resulting severe traffic and just unsafe issues where they actually they have people who, when they do inspections, they park on a certain side where people who have sufficient parking at the Indian Motorcycle, well, at that new Knox building, they still neglect to go and park in the parking lot, and they park right in front of the petitioner's business. This is something that the community has called me time and time again. They've called Councilor Edward. This is really a no-brainer. Once it went into my committee, I believe that everyone understood that they did the due diligence. I would just even recommend maybe adding another a little more signage for actually handicap in front of the actual building also. And I know the petitioner agreed on that also. But unfortunately, it was new development. I was excited. The petitioners, everybody was excited, but we really didn't take into consideration how it might impact this actual petitioner. So what he's doing here today, and I'm in full favor. I know the neighborhood councils are in full favor. The community, obviously, even the people who are here are in favor. So this is something we should have had fixed a long time ago. Unfortunately, it is hindering his business, and I can tell you I'm in full support, and it's something we should vote out unanimously today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's a positive recommendation from the Maintenance and Development Committee. Is there any comments or questions from the council? Councilor Govan.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I've been driving by there because I drive by there on my way to go to church on Sundays, and I noticed, so it's at the corner of the street, correct?
Correct.
Where you're needing there's no parking sign there, is there? There's not a no parking sign.
There is no parking. No,
There's not,
There's no
okay.
signs.
So I'm just wondering, is there a way that we could put a no parking sign there? Because what hours of business are you open?
Monday through Saturday,
And what times?
8 until 5.
8 to 5, okay. That's my thought, instead of going straight away to the tow-away sign, I think, because maybe people don't realize that they shouldn't park there if there's not a no parking sign. Just my thoughts, I guess.
Well, initially that was that's what I asked for. But then someone from a committee brought up a good, they said that we have 3 bays going down Waltham, and if there's no parking, then that means someone can park there. Then we have to call the police to come, and then it's like a process. So they recommended that we put no towing in front of the 3 bays that go down Waltham. 4 bays going down the street, so that way we're not, calling the civil servants to come just for a parking issue.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Govan. Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. And thank you for bringing this to our attention. And I'm sorry that your business has been impacted by these parking issues. But I have a quick question regarding the actual petition. I believe it says here, no parking tow away 100 feet south of Wilbraham Road for 70 feet west side. Are we looking at a timetable, or is that like a permanent no parking?
I didn't understand the question.
Is that parking that that no parking that you requested, is that permanent, or is that a time period?
I didn't know there was a time period.
No, I'm asking you because I think in the paperwork that here, it says that people park overnight, and then when you guys open, it's an issue because it's impacting your business.
Correct.
So I guess what I'm asking is, are you asking for permanent signs that says no parking at any time, or are you looking for specific time periods like 9 a.m., 7 a.m. to 5, 6 p.m.?
Well, in front of the bays, I'm looking for a tow.
If you don't mind speaking into the microphone, I can hear you.
In front of the bays, I would like a tow, like tow-away zone. Is that So if you're asking, if it's, if that's gonna help it along, if you want to put like certain hours after 5 or 6, we're fine with that, after business hours. I wasn't aware of that was a possibility.
Okay. No, you know your business better than me, so that's why I'm asking you. It's like, to make sure that we're on the same page, because, this is a base intersection. You guys have been there for a very long time, and so I just want to make sure that we address any potential issues now, get it over with, so you guys can move on with your very prosperous business.
Yeah, that's why we're asking for the tollway zone, so that we don't have to come back if there was no parking.
Mr. Chair, if you have no objection, maybe Councilor Brown could chime in, or is there, without objection?
Please, Councilor Brown.
Basically, what the matter is the effectiveness of actually reporting an offender who is now parking at the location. The police and the city informed them if you have the signage a certain way, the way that they would respond would be completely different. So by putting the signage a certain way, now the response would be more precise and it wouldn't be such a hindrance.
Right.
So it's just basically the legality of how they have
It's not open for interpretation, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Councilor Brown. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Councilor Whitfield, your hand was up, but I don't see it anymore. If you'd like to speak, you can.
No, I just had one question if they were aware that they couldn't park there also, but based on the conversation, it looks like they are aware. So that was my only remark. I go there, I get my stickers there. I just got one there like 3 weeks ago, so I'm going to support it.
Thank you. And Mr. Velez, your hand was also up, but it just went down.
Yeah, it's to clarify that the order is no parking, but it's going to change to no parking tollway zone from 8 to 5. So the resident can park at night.
Thank you very much. Councilor Davila?
Did he say 8 to 5? I'm having a hard time hearing, Mr. President. Does he mind?
8 to 5. Open our business from the garage.
So it will be no parking from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes.
That's correct?
Yes.
Without objection, Mr. President, if I may. Is that amicable to you guys? Or do you guys want 7 to 5? This is the time to tell us what you want.
I think it's yeah, I think it's 7.
Yeah, 7 to 5 would be
7 to 5 is
good.
7 to 5.
Oh, yeah, okay, 7 to 5 is the business hours, yeah.
Mr. President, do we make a motion for that? Because I don't see it in the
You would need to make a motion for that, yes.
Okay, is this the appropriate time, Mr. President?
It would be, yes.
All right, Mr. President, I make a motion that we include no parking sign from the hours of 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the address stated by the proponent, sir.
Okay, motion made by Councilor Davila, seconded by Councilor Brown. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the motion.
On the motion to amend the petition, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Amendment is approved. Any discussion on the matter as a whole? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, roll call, please, on approval of the tollway zone.
On approval of the amended petition, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
No.
No, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton?
Yes, more than sufficient. Petition is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Item 2 is the Springfield Cultural Partnership Crosswalk Painting.
Okay, good evening. Would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about the petition?
Good evening, and thank you for having us. I'm Karen Finn, the Executive Director of the Springfield Cultural Partnership.
And I'm Callie Green, the Arts and Culture Coordinator for the Springfield Cultural Partnership.
We're excited to be back here. We were actually here to get approval for the Pride Parade Crosswalk, the Pride Crosswalk, in June of 2022. That was approved unanimously. However, due to rain and to construction at the original location of, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time talking with the echo in my ear.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
There is a significant echo.
Okay. So due to rain and construction at Court and Main Streets and Bruce Landon, and then also with many rain delays, we had to postpone the project. Since then, and the move of the Pride Parade, with the party ending at Tower Square Park and Stern Square, we would like to move the crosswalk location to Main and Bridge Streets, which are anchored between Tower Square Park and Tower Square. The businesses there are very supportive. The Pride Parade, their parade ends at Tower Square Park, so I think it's a very fitting location.
Thank you. So this was a petition we previously approved. Time expired, and we are seeking to move the location 1 block. Any questions or comments from the council? Okay. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval of the petition, Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Quick Bruce?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Santinello?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield?
Yes. Hey, Karen. Hey, Kayla. Yes. Hi.
Hi, Tracy.
Yes, Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton?
Yes, more than sufficient. Petition is approved.
We're grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Madam Clerk, items number 3 and 4 have been withdrawn by the petitioner. However, we do have State Representative Williams and School Committee Person Gresham in the crowd. They've asked that they be given some indulgence to address us. It's not customary for us to do that, given that the item's been withdrawn, but given that these folks took the time to come out here tonight and talking with Councilor Brown about it, I think that it would be appropriate to offer them a couple of minutes. So, State Representative Williams, welcome back to the chamber. I hope you saw our nice portrait we hung in the hall today. And we'd invite you to speak for a couple of minutes, but would just ask that you keep it brief as this item has...
Was I in the portrait?
Well, not this one. I apologize.
What are you telling me about it for? First, thank you, Mr. President. And first of all, sorry for your loss.
Thank you very much.
We're praying for you and your family. To distinguished members of this body, always a pleasure to be back here. And they say the hub of government is the local folks. I look and I see Brian Santinello. I'm almost want to run over and jump in one of these seats. There's an empty seat over there and get back in it. But we're just here, and thank you to take our indulgence. This is the Springfield College petition, which they've been doing for a mighty long time, to close off Alden Street many years ago, which at the time, then City Councilor Mo Jones and State Rep Ray Jordan fought and defeated them. But we knew eventually they'd be back. What these corporations do, they take plans within the disenfranchised communities and they put them on a shelf. And they hope when they come back that the community is asleep. We're not asleep. We had a meeting, Mr. President, the other evening, nearly 50 residents, Melrose, Easton Avenue, Northampton Avenue, all of those streets, Hickory Street, all the streets that they're trying to close off. And I'm just appalled that the president at the meeting said, I'm gonna withdraw it. But I know what that means. That means she's just surrendered for tonight. But she's coming back. And we have to be very vigilant, and I want to thank Councilor Brown for being on top of it, and all of the councilors, and Melvin Edwards, who's a council president, and they understand that. So we're not against Springfield College. They've done major good work over their scholarships, opening the track. But the people do not want to be disenfranchised with the closing of any street. Wilbraham Avenue, Hickory, think of it. You can't cut across anymore to get up to East Forest Park or to come downtown. Have to drive all the way around, down Hancock Street to Wilbraham Road, up and come down. It's not fair. It's not fair to the taxpayers over there. It's not fair to the residents. And we just stand united. As I said, close to 50 people. Not one person was in agreement on what they want to do. It's not right. We gave them Sheffield Street, closed that off, because they put their health science lab there. And the community was kind of leery of that, but they went along with it. Now they come back. Mr. President, it's like Pac-Man. They take a little bit at a time, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. To at the end, they're gonna have this community. This is a problem throughout the country. PU has a problem in Boston, the same thing. They encroach on our citizens. They encroach on the taxpayers. And they always pick on the least, most disenfranchised community. Old Hill, think about it. Old Hill, there are two poor communities in Springfield, in the state, the North End and Old Hill, two of the poorest neighborhoods in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So Springfield College has been a pretty good neighbor, but on this one, Mr. President, they're wrong. So we just appreciate the council's indulgence, but put that in the back of your mind. Oh, they're coming back. You know, the big corporations, this is how they operate. They try to wait the community out, but I'm so glad that we have a city council such as this that stand up for the people each and every step of the way. And to my good friend, Councilor Walsh over there, who is, you're still doing a good job. We still appreciate you. Councilor Allen.
Thank you.
Click, Brown, Dibla, and my former state rep, Sean Curran, Brian, and to Melvin. So, Mr. President, I know I've been a little long-winded, but it's a very important issue. And it resonates with the folks of Old Hill and Upper Hill, and even Six Corners, because if they do that, Melvin, it's going to be a nuisance and a nightmare for traffic for us who live in that neighborhood to come downtown. So, Mr. President, thank you. I want to thank the council for really listening to me and really having the pulse of the people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, State Representative Williams. And thank you to those who came out tonight. Madam Clerk, these two items, Ms. Gresham.
Also, the safety of the community, that was the main issue. We had several meetings with Springfield College, and one of the things that they talked about was the safety of the community. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gresham. Okay, so Madam Clerk, those two items have been withdrawn, items 3 and 4. We appreciate the community coming down. Item number 5, Madam Clerk.
Mr. President, I forgot to say hello to your distinguished clerk, Gladys. Good to see you.
Thank you, State Rep Williams. Item number 5, Madam Clerk.
Item 5 is to amend a special permit to amend an existing.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I do have someone I want to acknowledge.
You're back again, State Rep
Yeah,
Williams. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Who is Officer Curley, who's protecting you tonight. Officer Curley was my intern over at Springfield District Court, who worked under me as an intern when I was a probation officer. So, and he's almost ready to retire, so he's getting older.
We're happy to have his protection. Item 5, Madam Clerk.
Item 5 is to amend an existing special permit for a mechanical public car wash granted November 2023 by allowing a change to the approved plans at the property known as 710 Liberty Street.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. This is a hearings meeting, so we will sit as a quasi-judicial body for this period of time. We will conduct ourselves consistent with the City Council rules and orders and Massachusetts Zoning Act, Chapter 40A. We'd invite the petitioner to come forward and speak. Our rules dictate that you get 20 minutes. We don't expect that you'll need all that time, Mr. Stratton. If there are opponents, they'll be given the same opportunity, and then there'll be a rebuttal period. So, Mr. Stratton, if you could please introduce yourself for the record, and we'd invite you to make your presentation at this time.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. President. Attorney Seth Stratton from Fitzgerald Law with offices at 1 Monarch Place here in Springfield. Representative Williams is a hard act to follow, so he made me a little bit nervous. I am here tonight on something that's been before this body several times before, and I apologize for being back again. I'll explain why. We were previously here for a zone change. This is the car wash proposal at the Sampson's property on Liberty Street. This body approved the zone change. Thank you. We came back for a special permit for the car wash facility. And this body also approved that special permit. So thank you. We're back here sooner than we would like to make some minor but important modifications to the site plan. And I'll tell you a little bit about why and what the changes are. When we were here for the special permit, several members of the neighborhood, as well as several members of this council, raised some questions about traffic and access and egress to the property. In particular, I personally recall Councilor Davila and Councilor Allen raising some questions about the one point of access egress and whether that was the most effective. It's with some humility that we're here tonight saying that you all were right. And as we look back at the plan after the approval and consulted with our seasoned New England operations consultant, we determined that there is a better layout for traffic, access and egress, and queuing on the property. And so what I believe is in your packets and has been proposed both in the Neighborhood Council as well as to Phil Dromey in the Office of Planning and Economic Development is a slight modification to the plan. And I'll hold up right here. I don't want to get too much in the details because we've been through it, but I will explain the two primary differences. You'll see that now on Liberty Street, there are 2 points of access and egress, one for access only and one for egress only. You'll also note, if you remember the prior plan, that the building is essentially flipped. It used to be that the flow into the building is flipped. It used to be that you come in here, exit the back of the property, and come out. We've now changed that to allow for access to the car wash in the very rear and egress here, which will allow for much better queuing on property and potentially alleviate traffic concerns. The Office of Planning and Economic Development's feedback was that they appreciated that change as it limited the potential for queuing that might interfere with the sidewalk. So to remind you, we have an approved permit. We have an approved zone change. We're simply here tonight asking for you to allow us to change and improve the site plan to make the operations better. And we thank the community and this council for the feedback that resulted in those discussions that led to the proposed change. With me here tonight are representatives of the developer, operations, and our engineer if there's any questions. But with that, I'll turn it over to you for any questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stratton. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Say again, anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Say again, anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Is there anyone online with their hand in the queue? None. Seeing none, that closes this portion of the hearing. Before I close the hearing, are there any questions for the applicant from the council? Councilor Brown.
I just have a real quick one. Don't you feel bad not listening to Councilor Davia?
Yes.
And Councilor Allen, because you guys, I remember when we were speaking about it, but I appreciate you guys coming up. I know it's something we need to do. I just wanted to bust on you.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. Any other councilors with questions for the applicant? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the hearing. Any discussion amongst the council before we take a vote? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll. 9 votes are required for passage of this.
On approval of the special permit, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
No.
No, Counselor Delgado.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Councilor Whitfield has left. Madam
Away, Counselor Fenton.
Clerk. No.
No.
More than
Counselor Perez, I'm sorry. Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Fenton is no?
No. More than sufficient. Permit is approved. On the reasons, Councilor Allen.
Okay, the reasons for a granted permit. The specific site is an appropriate location for such a use, structure, or condition. Number 2, the use as developed will not adversely affect the neighborhood. Number 3, the adequate and appropriate facilities will be provided for the proper operation of the proposed use. And number 4, to incorporate the planning staff analysis into the decision as the basis of the findings.
Okay. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the reasons.
On approval of the reasons, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
No.
No, Counselor Delgado.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield. Away, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes. More than sufficient. Reasons are approved. Item number 6, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Item 6 is for a special permit, motor vehicle repairs at the property known as 491 Allen Street.
Invite the petitioner to please come forward. Thank you. If you could introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your project here.
Good evening, esteemed members of the City Council. My name is Mohammed Hussein. I live at 40 Border Road, East Long Meadow. Me and my family are running the business at 491 Allen Street. It's a convenience store with a gas station for 4 years. And we love the Springfield community. They've been very supportive. We wouldn't have been in business without the Springfield community. We're here tonight to petition for a special permit for a tenant that will run a like a garage that is attached to the convenience store. And they are gonna be working as like customization for cars and adding add-ons to the vehicles. Again, I appreciate your time and feedback, and thank you for consideration. And
Thank you very much. Anyone else listening to speak in favor? Good evening, sir. You can come up and speak, yeah?
Sorry, my name is Glidden Luna. Thank you, Council. I'm kind of nervous doing this, but we're here to see if you grant us permission to open up a garage. The garage is it's in a community where there's other garages, but we're not there to harm any other the garages or take business away from them. We actually customize in suspension and alignments, and cars won't be there overnight. And we have specific customers that come from Connecticut, New York, and new customers in Massachusetts, because Mr. Royland Ray, he had his own shop in the Dominican Republic, and he decided to come here to be with his mom. And he's a great mechanic. He's worked all over Springfield. He decided to open up his own garage one day. And this is the best opportunity. When we saw the garage at the Vero station, we spoke to Mr. Muhammad, and it looked like a great match. And we love the site. The site looks simple and clean. We were already worked on it. We cleaned it out. It looks very nice. We want to keep improving it. And hopefully the permission is granted for we can continue.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Good evening, Mr. Ryan.
Frank Ryan, 720 Allen Street, president of the East Forest Park Civic Association. I'm going to test two of the most senior people here. The garage attached to this gas station was owned by Leonard, not the son, but the father, 1968. Got my car repaired there. Anyway, I know this family very well, the Husseins. Ahmed, his father, and a gracious mother named Fatima. Mohammed here was a graduate of UMass. He's a dental student. His mother and father are both doctors. She will be a co-ed again, and having a son this age, but she has been valiantly trying to increase the family's income, and so she's going to dental school in the fall. We've known the family for quite a while, since they purchased the property prior to COVID. They are the kind of business owner and citizen that you would be proud of. The selection that they have made, I think you need to know a little more about. Luis here is a Dominican Republic person who's been here since 2019. He's lost his mother, but it was the reason that he came to the United States. I have not had the opportunity to interview him, but you just heard from Glenn Luna, the brother-in-law. And this is the type of thing that I found out. At age 16, he took over his father's business down in the Dominican Republic, had a great repair shop there, and was well established, but needed to come here to the United States. He has worked at, Ray's Auto Body. I'm not good with business locations, but anyway. He's built a solid background in business knowledge here in the United States, and a reputation where many other auto businesses have wanted him. But his dream, as Glenn said, is to own his own business. So I was aware that the family was ready to sell. I even tried to help them find a couple interested parties, and we are very pleased that such a tenant hopes to work there.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none, we'll close this portion of the hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Say again, anyone wishing to speak in opposition, at home or in person? Seeing none, we'll close that portion of the hearing. Any questions from the council for the petitioner? Councilor Brown.
Now, that's what, the Valero over there?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a Valero gas station, yes.
Okay. And there's something over there already, right? There was something over there before that?
There used to be a previous tenant, yes.
Okay. 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 And you guys owned it then, and the previous people you said weren't that great?
The owners or the tenant?
Who was over there?
Yeah, we took over on April 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right when COVID started, and there was the previous tenant was already there. At the beginning, started giving us some trouble with rent paying and issues with the vehicles and stuff like that, and we had some issues, but right now he left, and having very nice, respectful tenant there will not only hopefully serve the Springfield community, but also bring some business and increase the business at the gas station as well.
I appreciate your effort. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Councilor Allen?
Thanks, Mr. President. Yeah, I'm not sure I got everything that you said before, but do you own the Valero now, or have you owned it for a while?
The gas station and the property, yes, my family owned it since April 2020.
And when you owned the Valero, was that when the previous repair shop was in there?
Yeah. When we took over, there was a lease was there in place, so we took over. He was still there. It started nice at the beginning, but he changed. Rent was not being paid and giving us trouble, and also we involved the East Forest Park Council. They were very helpful and supportive. We spoke also before, but at the end he left, and we agreed that he owed us some rent, but we agreed to let it go in exchange for him leaving, and I guess getting the ease of mind instead. So he left, and we said, all right, that's fine, we'll forgive you for the money, but it was hard, a little bit a struggle when the space was empty. We lost some income there. So we struggled a little bit, but now hopefully with this new tenant, they were very nice, very respectful. They cleaned the place, it looks beautiful. Repainted it, new equipment, and so hopefully, if this is granted, we'll see the place will get bit busier in a positive way, hopefully.
Well, appreciate that you're in there. When the previous repair shop was there had to be times when there were 35 cars in there, and they were parked all over the place. And no matter what the neighborhood requested of the owner, it never really, he made it neat after a while, but Frank was more involved with it than I was as the Civic Association guy. And now we've got another one down by Park Cleaners, not you, but another repair shop, which just went in there, and they've had cars all over the place, and they've already had code enforcement there a couple times. So it's just really important to just keep it neat. I don't know what the right number of cars is, but keep it neat, park them. Because we've had the problem twice on the same stretch of road on Allen Street, appreciate you going in and taking care of it.
Council, I really understand your concern. That's nothing we want to do. We don't even want cars there overnight. Just an emergency. Let's say if you come with an axle that's broken, I'll leave it there overnight in the garage. There's going to be no cars outside. We already cleaned the entire area where we wanted to clean. We ordered a dumpster immediately, dumped everything that previous owner had, which was a lot of things, and we just dumped it in there. 3 dumpsters worth we threw away. We cleaned the sewer system for him. We did everything that we had to do that was clean to make the shop open. We put new equipment. It's an in and out situation. You come in for an alignment, a suspension, you must leave today, or you have an appointment for Saturday. We can't do you, let's say Thursday, come Saturday morning, and we'll do 2 or 3 cars Saturday. Sunday we go to church. This man's a church man, I'm a church man. I just baptized my son. He baptized my son for me. We're family oriented, and the last thing we want to do is get the community mad. We already made friends with the pet shop, with the veterinarian's place. They were like, oh my God, it looks great. We have a lady that has a food truck. She's dying for us to open, to work with us, to help her out. And we love the shop. His father is funny, he's funny. And when we went in, the father was like, you sure? Let's go. I was like, okay, let's go. So we started, and we just got in the process. We met him afterwards, and it was a great. I think the community is going to really be good, and we love our landlord. And that's hard, you like your landlord. We like our landlord; he's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are making a move there, and I'm sure you'll do it right. But I just and appreciate the improvement from the previous owner.
Oh, anytime. We like I said, it's for the community to feel like there's not going to be a sloppy feeling there. It's always going to be clean. If someone needs help, there's going to be free air, or something. It's not going to be cluttered with cars. It's going to look clean and presentable all the time.
Good. That sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a question for, this is Sham. Is that your name?
Mohammed.
Is that your name, Sham?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, my apologies, my apologies. Before I ask my question, Mr. President, I respectfully request, through you, sir, to the clerk, that I see that the plans are not in the minutes, in the agenda. I know they were mailed to us beforehand, sir. However, I'm sitting here trying to navigate my phone, looking at this, and it may appear that I'm not paying attention when I am. And I just respectfully request that the proper materials included in the agenda.
Yeah, they should have been. I apologize for that.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Clerk, for looking into that for me. Truly appreciate it. Mohammed, question for you, my good sir. This area, as some of the councils hinted, has been a challenging area for many reasons. And I'm not going to sit here and belittle the previous owner one way or the other. And I see here in the actual, looking at my phone, the actual recommendations, it says approve, but please forgive me. 30 cars, 30 parking spaces, is that correct? Is that what I see here? Is that how many cars are going to be available for the operations, or is that for the entire gas station?
No, this is the total amount available for the gas station customers. And we, I know maybe this is not to be discussed, but we assigned 5 parking spots for the tenant.
What do you mean not to be discussed?
I mean, it's like I don't know, it's just in the contract, in the lease. In the lease, we mentioned, you guys, we don't want the previous issue to happen again with a lot of cars parked, or so we assigned for them, 5 parking spots.
Okay, I'm not sure that I understand you. And the reason I ask you, because I remember, as I can see, Mr. Ryan standing next to you, this was a big to-do with the previous owner, and it was a big debacle. Suddenly, it doesn't appear to be an issue, and suddenly you're telling me that you're not supposed to talk about it because some sort of a lease. You need to give me more than that, sir.
I don't understand the question, sorry.
So let me rephrase it again, because I want to be very crystal clear. Francis, I know you want to speak. I'm going to give you a shot in a second, I promise. I promise. No, I'm talking to Muhammad, not to you, Francis. I will get to you in a second, my good sir. Mr. Muhammad, the last time that we were here, parking was a big to-do. It was a big issue. People were raising and flailing their arms. They were ripping their clothes off. And I get it. It's important. It's very important. Suddenly, we come here, and parking appears to me, unless I'm mistaken, that suddenly it's not a big issue. On top of that, you are telling me, unless I'm mistaken, that you're not supposed to talk about it because it's in the lease agreement? Is that what you just said to me?
I don't know if this was the right thing to say. It was just, in the lease, we specified for him, just have 5 parking spots for you.
Okay. Okay, so what you're telling me is that the petitioner will only have 5 parking spots, correct?
Yes. So, sorry for interrupting. With the problem with the previous tenant, we didn't even ask the owners.
I don't want to talk about the previous tenant. I'm talking about the current tenant. How many parking spots is he allowed to have?
5, yes, sir.
5?
Yes.
So 5 plus how many bays? 2 bays. Thank you. You must be Mr. Reynoso, right? Okay. 2 bays, so that's a total of 7. Is he gonna, there's no selling of vehicles, is that correct?
No.
Okay, for either him, do you mind if he answers? Reynoso? Thank you. So there's no selling of vehicles for either you or him, right?
No, I don't deal with cars at all. I'm a student as well, so I don't have the time to buy or sell cars at all.
Oh, you can be a student or whatever, but you're running the business, so I do expect you to have a little bit of knowledge of what's happening in your business, my good sir, with your respect. Right? So, no 5 cars, 2 bays, that's total 7. You're going to be operating from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Is that correct? 8:30. What time? Because I think here, and see, this is the problem, Mr. President. I'm trying to look at my phone as I'm talking. It's not. I'm not impressed at all right now. My apologies. I'm not impressed. So 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Is that 7 days a week, 6 days a week?
No. 6 days.
All right, one at a time, please.
6 days.
What time?
6 days.
What days?
Monday till Saturday.
Monday to Saturday. Okay, very well. Okay. And so 7. Ryan, if through the chair, if you allow it, sir, I believe. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. I do believe. Francis, you want to say anything? Please enlighten me a little better. I just covering my eyes and crossing my T's, Ryan, because I know this was a big to-do last time.
And I appreciate your vigilance. City Councilor Allen and Councilor DeVilla, the present family, the Hussein family, bought the property with a previous tenant's contract with the previous owner.
Okay.
We were lied to a few times about what that understanding was. We had great help from city departments finding out about the abuse of the renters, of the tenant, claiming that he had 20, 25, 30 parking places.
Mm-hmm.
That I believe that this family was taken advantage of. I took out the Civic Association quite a while to work our way through it. We met with the family twice, the father and the son here, and we met with the tenant. I'm not mentioning his name because he got federal money for a new location, and if I'd known about it, I would have been strongly against it. Anyway, you're very well aware, Counselor, that we were put through a horrible time.
Right, I remember.
And we were vigilant, and eventually the truth was out. He owes his family money. He has abused the property by oil refuge. Anyway, they've done a fine job. As I said, they are responsible citizens, fair-minded neighbors, and I think they made a good selection. And we absolutely insisted that they're not open on Sunday, which was no problem.
Okay.
And the number of parking places, I assume, might be as many as 8 or 10 on that side facing the vets, if you're familiar with it. But that's something they have worked out. We've put them through the grill and are very pleased, and thank you for your concern.
Thank you, Francis. I really appreciate it. As anybody knows, I like to dot my I's and cross my T's. My last question, if you indulge me, Mr. President, Mr. Reynoso, Reynoso, right? And you are?
Sir, Counselor, if we're going to talk to people, we got to come up to the mic so folks.
Yeah, Luna. Yes, I was going to ask him if you can come to the mic. Okay. And what's your capacity in the business, sir?
Excuse me?
What's your capacity in the business?
Capacity.
What's your role in the business?
What's my role in the business?
Yeah.
I'm his assistant right now, and I'm part of the LLC. I can make decisions for him in the LLC.
I understand. Mr. Luna, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so I just want to make sure, are you guys going to be doing light vehicle work, or you're not going to be doing any kind of heavy repairs, just
light work would be shocks, springs, pads, light welding, patch up a muffler that's, raggedy. That's tires.
And
change tires.
And free air, I believe you say, right?
Free air.
You cannot find that in the city anymore.
Only when we're open.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your passion. I can tell your passion, Mr. Luna. Yeah, Mr. President, I think this is an appropriate location. It's an appropriate continuance of the use. I'm satisfied that the neighborhood is not going to be negatively impacted by this use. So I will be happy to endorse this. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. While the hearing remains open, are there any other councilors who have questions for the petitioner? Seeing none, check at home. Okay, we will close the hearing. Any discussion amongst the council before we take a vote on the special permit? Councilor Santinello.
I just want to say, I want to commend, I'm sorry, I want to commend this group for cleaning that property up and taking the time. And I have the utmost confidence in Mr. Ryan, who's on the neighborhood council, and these people that are presented here. But I also want to say that, you know, Victor always does his due diligence, and he did a good job, and he's satisfied with it. And I propose to vote for this.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll. 9 votes are required.
On approval of the permit, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield. Away, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Permit is approved. Councilor Allen on the reasons.
Thanks, Mr. President. The reasons for a granted special permit. Number 1, the specific site is an appropriate location for such a use, structure, or condition. Number 2, the use as developed will not adversely affect the neighborhood. Number 3, adequate and appropriate facilities will be provided for the proper operation of the proposed use. And number 4, to incorporate the planning staff analysis into the decision as the basis of the findings.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Madam Clerk, before we call the roll, I just want to ask councilors if they would bear with my indulgence. I'd like everybody to just stick around for a couple of minutes after I want to talk about the audio at the end of this meeting. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll on the reasons?
On approval of the reasons, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield. Away, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes, more than sufficient. Reasons are approved. Any more business, Madam Clerk?
No, there's not.
Okay, seeing no more business, the council will stand adjourned. Thank you to our guests. Councilors, just stick around for a couple minutes because I want to talk about the audio in the chamber for a minute.